Hey, how you doing? I'm sure you've noticed we got a clamp calculator. I've put out enough videos about it. But how did I embed this Microsoft Excel sheet onto WordPress? Now, for a lot of you, this is going to be of no interest whatsoever, so I'm really sorry about that. But if you have an Excel spreadsheet or your client has, and they want to get it on here, let me show you just how simple and easy it is. I have here an Excel spreadsheet. That is literally how the calculator's been built. I've got a couple of tabs here and I can do whatever I want. By the way, everything I'm going to do right now is in real time, okay? And I'm going to make a point here. I am going to just go over here and I'm going to give this a dark color like that. And I'm going to make it be a white font. In fact, I'm just going to copy it and do the same to this sheet as well, okay? So I've gone and just slightly now modified my sheet and I'm just going to hit save. The reason I'm doing that is because if I now quickly go back over to our calculator, which is currently online, remember, I've done this in Excel. I've saved it in Excel. If I now hit refresh, can you see the header's changed? That's how quick it was. I mean, I've just gone in and I've just done that. I've done it and like gone and refreshed the page. It takes about 2 seconds to refresh because it just has to pull it back over. But that's now gone and changed it. And so the beauty about me using the Excel solution was I've had a few people that have said, well, could we have like the formulas repeating for, if you only want to change it once in terms of the minimum and maximum width. So I created another sheet to satisfy their requirement and I can add items on. Whereas if I did it in HTML, I'm probably going to have to spend a bit of time mucking around with it, but I can very quickly hide, unhide, add rows and do anything. Now, how did I get that onto WordPress? Step number 1. You have to go over to the bit when you have to save it, and you have to save this on your OneDrive. Now, if you are using Google Sheets, the problem I found was that when you share a Google Sheet to everyone, if I was to go and change the value here, it would also change it for everyone else that is accessing it on WordPress, which could create a problem. If I go and put in a value of 400 and someone else puts in a value for 500, there's a bit of conflict going on there. The values will change before your very eyes, and that is a big issue. So that's the reason I went down with Excel. So the step 1 is you got to go over and save this to your OneDrive. If you're using Microsoft, you should have a OneDrive account, okay? So save it to your OneDrive account. Then, when you go to your OneDrive, you'll see the file over here. Okay, you can see it there. It's the clamp calculator. You have the little 3 dots there. You click that, and you now have an option called Embed. This is really simple and easy to do, okay? Hopefully, you can see here it says customize how this looks. You need to click that. And now it's going to take you to this page, and here's where you get to select, are you going to share the entire workbook, or maybe just 1 or 2 tabs, or just a range of that sheet? I'm sharing the entire workbook. I'm going to leave it activated where we hide the grid lines and we hide the row and column headers as well, because you don't need to see them. And I'm going to say there's no need for a download link, okay? You could if you want. I'm just going to remove that. Over here, though, I'm not going to let people sort and filter because it might mess up the form, but I am going to let you type into it. Now, whatever you type is not saved. And every time you refresh, it returns back to what it was originally. But I am also going to say maybe where do I want you to start? So I know, if I know that this cell is B5 or B7, I could go in here and type B7. It's probably not even B7. I can't remember what it is. There you go. It's B. That's the wrong one. It's B8 or 9, in fact. But you can type that in. So it puts the first starting point on the sheet, or you could just leave it empty. You don't have to do that. Don't worry about the width and height because it's got the values in there. If you know what you're going after, go and fill it in. But what you really want to do is copy that embed code there. That's all you want, okay? You just copy the code, and then you go over to a post, which I have got here. Here's my post. We've got a single post template, because I'm using Elementor here. But when you're in the backend post, you just add in a HTML widget, and then you just paste the code. And you can see here that I've set it to be a width of 600 and a height of 800. That is all in there. And any changes I make to the Excel spreadsheet will be viewed on here. I mean, how quick was it? I hit save and that was it. I'm not having to go and execute another program or go and re-embed it again. Once it's embedded, every time I make any changes, they will now be visible on here. It's pretty simple and easy to do. if you want to embed an Excel file. So maybe your client has got some calculations or something they're showing, and they now want to show that on the front end website. You could do it via that. I mean, of course, that's if you want people to be able to interact with it. If you don't want them to interact, then maybe going down the Google Sheets route is more simpler, because then you just share it, make sure no one can edit it. Again, you just put it inside of a HTML widget and away you go. Hey, I'm Imran, Web Squadron. I hope you like, subscribe, share, and follow. I'll see you soon.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat.